You guys can see the mic right here, and you like it? What's going on, guys? Today we're back with another episode of the Off ADHD podcast. As you guys can tell, I changed up the setting. It's not in my room like it usually is, or in Bobby's basement. We're outside today. I wanted to come outside. I'm a very outdoorsy person. Well, actually, I don't know. I spend a lot of time inside, but I like the outdoors. I like spending time outside. One of my favorite places. And that's really what I did on my break. I'm going to talk about the break that I took from my main channel, which will be up here. Crazy. This is probably the longest break I've taken from YouTube in the entire year. I filmed 3 videos within 1 week. Usually, I'm filming like 5 or 6, and a lot of them don't get uploaded, and that's how I make the video dump style videos where I just dump random clips into things. I was planning to not film a single video, but then I ended up filming a video with my homie McCoy, which I've talked about a few times. I got a new drone after dealing with DJI support for too much time, and I didn't even get the old one fixed. I just had to simply buy a new one, which I guess it worked out, but $900 in 2 drones and within like a month and a half is not great. I learned a lot about myself, because it started out with me getting sick. I was sick for a while, and it wasn't like really sick. It was just kind of like a cold, and it's been exactly 1 week for my break, and the past week has been a very weird week. I got over the sickness like 3-4 days ago, so only like 3 of the days were sickness, but within that 3 days, I learned a lot about like productivity. I just felt like I can't be productive while I'm sick. Like, what's there productive to do while I'm sick? I also came up with the script for a video that will be coming out soon. That video is based on a word called sonder, which me and Jason talked about in the last episode. I feel like I beat myself up too much about freaking uploading. Even uploading on the main channel. Like, I don't know. I haven't uploaded on this channel in like a month. And I love making podcasts. It's like up there on my favorite things, but it's really weird because I was so focused on the main channel, and I was starting to get burnt out, and I saw that burnt out section, so I stepped back. I edited 1 video within a week, filmed 3, just dumped the other 3 videos into the hard drive, and just kept enjoying what I was doing. I spent as much time as I could outside. I went on a road trip with my family. You guys will see a couple drone clips from that. I almost lost the brand new drone. I spent a lot of time with the boys. Saw a couple movies. Saw Jason. Saw Daniel. Went skating a lot. Yeah. It was a very blissful week. It was stressful at the start, like first 3 days, and then after that, it was just like, okay, I gotta enjoy this. I gotta enjoy my time off. I gotta enjoy what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm in my head so much. I don't know why. I feel like I'm in my head so often, and it's taking me out of the moment. And something, when I turn 16, I want to get this tattooed on me. I want to get 2 tattoos when I turn 16, and I think my mom will let me. I don't know. I want to get out of your head and into the moment, and then I want to get the mountain range that's at the beach that I live next to, because I spent so much time at those mountains, and I don't know. There's something about filming those mountains that I just love. I'll have photos on the screen and videos up right now. Those mountains have made my channel what it is, and that's some of the first photos that I took were of those mountains. As I talked about in the video titled "I Hate Saying Goodbye," which will be up here, I said I don't know if I could ever fully leave Alaska. I mean, winters I'll stay for a little bit, but then I'll have a different house somewhere, or I'll rent Airbnbs somewhere and just live there for the winter time, and then summer I'll spend some time up here. I want to have multiple different like home bases. Some of my fondest memories as a kid were traveling, and I wanna have that for my kids. I want them to be able to travel a lot, because I feel like I'll always enjoy travel, but I also want to have home spaces so where they can feel like Like there's a feeling of missing home, and I feel like my kids will miss home. So I want to have a home space. I know I miss home. Like, if I'm gone from my house for a while, I miss my house. I miss my bed. When I was at ANSEP for 2 weeks, I really missed my house. I really missed my friends. For once, I missed school. Like, I never thought I could say I missed going to school, but COVID and ANSEP showed me that I could do that. Uh, I don't know. I just feel like often I am. Ow! I don't know if you guys heard that. I feel like often I'm in my head. I'm not worried about like impressing other people or what other people think of me, but I always want to impact people in the most positive way. So I think about how I can act to make these people happy or laugh or have a different outlook on their life. And I always strive to be the best person I can be, and I don't beat myself up when I like fail at doing that, but it feels weird when I don't do it. But I guess that's all just a learning experience, and I feel like my mentality is always just winning. Like, say I have to pick in between two different options. Like, say it's one really beaten down car or one really nice car, but I have to work more for the really nice car. Or I can have the beat up car now and I have to fix it myself or go get it fixed. Personally, I would probably choose the cheaper car because A, I'm saving money, B, it gives me something to learn, and C, it would be a fun thing for me to do. I personally love cars. But I just feel like I can always learn from whatever situation it is. I don't know, I feel like so many people get stuck up in relationships too. Like, personally, myself this year, I've only been interested in one person, and I haven't been completely focused on that person because I have other goals and other aspirations, and that's something that's there. That's a goal of mine, is to make it to that point. So I'm going to do all the other things that I do, and I'm going to maintain that until I can get to that point to be with that person. And if it doesn't end up working, it doesn't end up working. It's just not meant to be. And all I can say is that I learned from it. I learned a lot about myself within this journey, and she could probably say the same thing. She could probably say she learned a lot about herself. I learned a lot about her. She learned a lot about me. So, yeah, I hope it works, and I pray that it works, but if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I just have to keep moving forward. So, even if it would be like a quote-unquote loss in some people's mind, it's still a win in my mind because I'm either learning or getting something really positive out of it. Like, whether that's an abundance of money and a new group of people that think the same way that I do, or a new relationship, or whether that's a learning experience or a physical object or a mental checkpoint. I feel like there's always a way to win. No matter what it is, there's always a way to win. I want to teach you guys how to do that. So, let me set up a few examples. Say you're trying to do YouTube, and you really want to make it to, let's say, 100 subscribers within the next, 2 months. You can learn a lot of tactics to grow subscribers really fast within those 2 months. And if you don't make the goal, then you still learned how to gain people, potentially making you reach to a higher audience or a more selective audience. Whatever it is, there's always a way to learn. And I feel like not a lot of kids my age are thinking the way that I think. And I want to change that. And I feel like so many kids at my age deal with FOMO, fear of missing out, or are worried about what other people think of them, or are worried about, quote unquote, being cool. I want to make it a trend to not be like the cool kid. Like, I've been known as that, but I don't have that mentality. I don't think I'm like the super cool kid. I never try to be cool. I'm just doing me. I'm doing what I enjoy doing, and I'm trying to benefit all the other people around me. So I want to figure out a way to make that happen to other people. I'll speak on FOMO briefly. Fear of missing out. Say your friends didn't invite you to hang out, or what you think are friends. Don't be stressing on that, because if they genuinely enjoyed your time, then they would invite you. If they genuinely enjoyed you being around, they would invite you. They wouldn't leave you out. They'd make sure you were included in some way, whether that's virtually or in person. I know I have a few friends that deal with FOMO, and we don't always invite them to things because it doesn't fit or whatever. And I still care about those people. They're still some of my closest friends, and I have nothing on you, but I want you to hear this message. It's like writer's block, but like through a podcast. I lost my train of thought. Um, Shit, I'm even gonna take it out of the moment right now while filming this podcast. I'm worried about the air compressor sound that my neighbors are dealing with, and I'm thinking about all the other ocean sounds and stuff. But I don't know. I guess that's ambience. I'm not trying to make it sound annoying. I don't even think you guys can hear this air compressor in the back. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people around my age deal with FOMO, fear of missing out. So this is my message to you if you are dealing with FOMO and suffer from it. Like, say your friends don't invite you to hang out, or your family had a family gathering without you and you didn't get invited. I know my family deals with FOMO. If you were not invited or never got told that these things were happening, don't be stressing on it, because then you're out of your moment. You have stress that will not be relevant. Whatever you were stressing about 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, none of that's relevant now. Think about that. Like, I know the stuff I was stressing on when school was a thing that isn't relevant to me. I'm focused on my moment. I'm focused on what's going on right now. And whenever I was just stressed about, like, that air compressor, look, it's not relevant anymore. There's no air compressor sound. That's a perfect example. So don't be stressing on if someone doesn't invite you or someone doesn't invite you. Get addicted to your grind, whether that is making videos or building a business or building a website or helping other people or working on yourself or helping other people work on themselves or being a mentor, whatever it is. Stick to your grind, and if you don't get invited, then you don't get invited. It's no big deal. There's always another chance, and there's always other people you can go with. Like, even someone like me who doesn't even enjoy going out very often, but ends up going out kind of often. I don't find myself dealing with FOMO, because I know if I'm not invited, then I'm not invited. That's whatever. I can do the things that I love doing. They can do the things that they love doing, and then we can meet again at some point. I'll briefly talk about anxiety, because I feel like that's something a lot of people deal with around my age. I feel like a lot of people deal with anxiety about stupid things, stupid temporary things, like example, what people think of them, what a teacher's gonna do for them, how much money they're making, or what their parents think of them. All that matters is that you're happy. So do whatever makes you happy, even if that means cutting off people. I know there's no technical way to cut off your parents from you while you're under 18, but there's ways you can distance yourself from parents. I know some of my friends have toxic parents, and I can completely understand why they want to leave their house and run away and do different things. And my message to you is that it gets better. In some world, in some universe, in some timeline, it gets better. Whether that's when you turn 18 and move out, or whether that's where you find a way to move out at like 16, or figure out a way to get away at any point, whether that's sleeping on a friend's couch for a while, or just figuring out a different living situation. There's always a way. And no matter where you are in life, there's always a bigger destination point. There's always something bigger that you can do. There's always more you can do. That's something I also want tattooed on me, is do more, because I want to do more, never settle. Get out of your mind and into the moment, or out of your head and into the moment. That mountain range. I want something to involve 999, because 999 is a mentality that I applied, and then I don't know, just whatever fits. I have a low-key fear of the sea. No, well, no, it's not fear of the water. It's what's in the water. Like getting sucked up by a giant squid. That'd be sick. That'd be a sick tattoo. Like me in a, fuck it, I'll do an astronaut suit, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Me in an astronaut suit, in the sea with like an octopus tentacle wrapped around me. And I'm making an astronaut suit just because I thought of that. Not even like a scuba diver suit, an astronaut suit. There's different, like, think about that. Like, I just envisioned a checkpoint in my life. There's always different checkpoints you can implement, whether that is a car, a house, a family, a person, a thing, a mental place to where you can free yourself of anxiety or be financially free. Whatever it is, there's a checkpoint. And I feel like that's a way to cure anxiety, is making mental checkpoints and making different places for yourself to go, even if it's like a little mental space. I feel like that's a way you can cure yourself of anxiety. I still deal with anxiety all the time over stupid things, and I know it's stupid things, and that's why I don't let myself get stuck in those anxiety points for long periods of time. It's like a whole bunch of little things for little periods of time, and it's little things because I make sure I repeat to myself, it is all little things. I don't let myself get out of the moment very often, but when I do, it is anxiety. It's anxiety and overthinking. That's the two things I deal with all the time, and I just figure out different ways to cope with it and remedy it, whether that's music or having a good time with Enrique or Daniel or Dresden or Bobby. I miss Bobby, by the way. Don't talk on that. Missing people. It is completely okay to miss people, but you cannot get yourself stuck in a place to where you will forever miss that person or miss them until the next time you see them. It is okay for a short period of time, but you have to keep doing you and keep doing what they would want you to do. Like, I talked about this in the next podcast that will be up, or a podcast that will be up soon. It was filmed a week ago, like the last time I filmed something before I took my break. Like, say a family member has died or you've lost a close friend. You have to keep going on the path that you were on when they left you. You need to figure out a way to level yourself up, and you can figure out a way to do what they would want you to do. Like, say your mom died and she loved that you worked on cars. You need to continue working on cars because that's what your mom liked about you. That's a positive outlook that your mom had on you. Just in whatever way you can level yourself up in your mind, you will level up in someone else's life. That was a good ender. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Off ADHD podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on Spotify. Don't forget to save on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're watching on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the main YouTube channel to see vlogs and content 2 times a week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.